On this sub-freezing snowy day, I am here with one of the hardest working individuals at the city. This would be the city engineer, Gary Carnahan. Welcome, Gary.
Morning, Terry.
Well, this is
You
kind
picked
of,
a great day for
Yes.
this event.
yes, indeed, and Mother Nature is providing quite a show. So behind us, we have a $30 million construction project, which is going to be the new junior high for the Hot Springs School District, right?
Exactly.
And we picked
exactly.
this site because there's so much progress going on, and it kind of symbolizes the great year that we've had. 2018 was a year full of progress, right?
Exactly. The residents of Garland County and Hot Springs keep supporting infrastructure investments in the area. So this is a good example of that with the school district improvements. And so related to that, the city also paved the Emory Street just across the way here, which is one of the main bus route accesses to the school. When they add the junior high academy, it's going to double the population of the students at this campus. So we're working on trying to improve sidewalks and the bus route to the school.
There'll be a lot more students, a lot more vehicles, just a lot more activity in general.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Okay, great. So we've already got the paving going, and it looks terrific. Are there other paving projects that you want to talk about? We've
Right.
gotten a lot
Yes,
done.
this year we've been able to have about $1 million worth of city paving projects, partially because we obtained a $250,000 grant from the state aid from the Arkansas Department of Transportation. And so we've paved about 8 miles of streets and that is spread out over about, believe it or not, about 30 different locations around the city. Because we have so many streets that need help, we try to spread that around and help as many places as we can. And of course, that is small in comparison to what Arkansas Department of Transportation has done to help our area altogether with the $70 million Highway 70 project, which I call the Road to Hot Springs, and but from Little Rock to Hot Springs. And then on Highway 7 South, $13 million of roadway improvements there, including bike lanes and sidewalks and turning lanes to make the area safer and have better access to those businesses. But also, in order to do that, the city had to relocate the utilities there, so that was another $2 million that the city invested even in that highway project.
Yes, and we've been alerting citizens along that improvement route, that there are going to be vehicles and people traveling on foot, assessing the area in advance of the utility relocation, right? So
Right, exactly.
There'll be a lot going on in that area, that stretch of Highway 7.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Okay, very good. So we're thankful for what RDOT is doing, for the state funding that we've had. Of course, we have striping that's going
Right.
on along with the paving, right?
When we pave the streets and we have to come in and restripe them, and we do about 200,000 feet, that's about 20 miles a year.
That's
of
amazing.
Street striping. So most may not think about the striping that's required to keep safe, and that's a big part of safety, is have to clearly define traffic lanes. And then also, we've done a lot of work with trails and sidewalk accessibility, especially on our new Greenway Trail that'll be opening soon, and sidewalks and along Park Avenue and in other parts of town. About $1 million worth of trails and sidewalks in the city this last year.
Wow. What about bike lanes, Gary?
Well, bike lanes are a part of that. Almost all of the new highways have bike lanes, and so we're getting ready. Actually, when we do the striping, we're going to stripe Washita Avenue
That's exciting.
and add about another 1.5 miles of bike lanes from Transportation Depot out to Grand Avenue. That's going to be really nice.
Making our local bicyclists happier all the time. They have so
Exactly.
much area to travel.
Right,
Not to mention the North Woods, of course.
right. Northwoods is big.
Right, that's just so much that going on. But this is not even touching on two big areas that we'll go into now. A lot of things that you've been overseeing regarding Hot Springs utilities, both on the water side and on the wastewater side.
Right, about $20 million on water projects and $14 million in wastewater projects in the last couple of years. And that's on the water side, That includes about $4 million of new filters at the water treatment plant, totally rebuilding 9 filters, and changing to sodium hypochlorite disinfection to get rid of the gas chlorine there, building a new water storage tank, 3 million gallon water storage tank for about $5 million, repainting and reworking the Hollywood water tank for about another $1 million, and repairing old water mains, about $1.5 million worth of those kinds of projects. So a new booster pump station on Pine Street, just on and on. It keeps adding up to about $20 million worth of water projects, and including buying new land for a new water treatment plant that will come in a few years.
So let's stop for a moment. With all those water system improvements, what are the benefits to citizens for all those things that you've done? Can you mention some of the benefits?
Well, since we really have 2 water treatment plants, but the bulk of our water comes from the Ouachita Water Treatment Plant, so we're totally dependent on that plant at this time until we build a new plant. And so we have to make sure that it is operating efficiently and has redundancy. So we had to keep investing money in that plant to make sure that nothing goes wrong there and it's available. All of our entire area depends on that water treatment plant.
So we're providing redundancy, we're increasing efficiency, aren't we?
Right, absolutely. And even saving, with some of the new things we've added, saving power usage, reducing power usage.
That's huge.
Yeah.
Yes, and there are other benefits that at the moment I can't think of.
Automation, we're much more automated than we used to be. And so for tracking and troubleshooting, we can be on top of those things more quickly than before.
Yes, and safety. That's the one I was thinking about when we were talking about removing chlorine gas totally from the equation.
Absolutely.
That makes it safer for operators as well as the surrounding neighborhoods.
Exactly.
Great.
And we're doing the same thing at the wastewater plant.
Yes.
We put in ultraviolet radiation there for disinfection, so we've removed the gas chlorine now from the wastewater plant also. And that's part of a $9 million improvement at the wastewater plant, which includes new bar screens and grit removal, and automating that system also, and putting in some piping, valves, and metering so that we can transition the way the plant is operated depending on the water level. The flow coming into the plant is more automated than it used to be, giving us an opportunity to have a more consistent effluent there.
And didn't we win an operational award for that plant?
Right. Brown Engineers helped us with our automation to make everything run more efficiently, and that we can monitor the plant more carefully. So we were able to win an award for the work they did there.
Excellent. And you have other wastewater improvements that have occurred this year as well.
Right. We've spent about $12 million at the wastewater plant. We eliminated gas chlorine there by installing ultraviolet radiation for disinfection. We install new headworks, bar screens. We have like 4 major pipelines that come from different parts of the city into one area, and then through a giant bar screen and grit removal system, and then flow splitting with metering and automation there, so that we can easily regulate the way we handle the wastewater depending on the volume that's coming in at different seasons of the year. So that was a huge improvement for our operators there to make it easier for them to operate the plant. In addition to that, on wastewater side, we finished the McLeod pump station, about $3 million, and about $5 million worth of pipelines to get from that pump station to the wastewater plant. So, then most recently, we're replacing some old manholes to eliminate infiltration of runoff water into our system, which we would have after an event like this. We'd have water trying to run into the wastewater system, rainwater, our snow melt. And so we're replacing those manholes. That's about $1 million project up on the north end of the city in the Belvedere area.
Is there anything else you want to add up? Because that sounds like a very busy year.
It's been a huge year, the last couple of years, and I would just add that it's not slowing down. We're just continuing to add more projects thanks to the residents in the area that support our infrastructure initiatives.
And thanks to the Board of Directors.
Exactly.
That has approved the budget for paving and other improvements, and of course, the wonderful staff that we have at the City of Hot Springs.
It's great to be part of that. Thank you.
Yes, thanks for giving us a rundown of 2018. I think a lot of things that people may have not kept track with. That's a lot, and again, 2019 is going to be another exciting and productive year.
Sure will.
Thanks, Gary, for joining us. And
Okay.
next week, we'll bring you more city news.